The leader you see in the mirror is not the leader your team sees. Most leaders, they don't see their gap until someone else shows it to them. And by then, the cost has already started to show. In my line of work with senior leaders, I see the same pattern over and over again. There's a distance between who the leader intends to be and how they actually show up, between what they mean to communicate and what people actually hear, and between the leader they see in the mirror and the leader their team sees every day. More leaders feel it before they can name it. Something is slipping, they just can't see what. I call it the leadership performance gap, the gap between intention and impact. And most leaders, they don't see it until something forces them to. I've coached a president who is doing everything right. Strong results, deeply committed to his people, deeply committed to his business, and his people were starting to feel the distance. Not that he wasn't there, but that he wasn't fully there. Not because he didn't care, he cared enormously, but he was stretched across multiple locations, running full speed, back-to-back meetings, always moving. And the people around him, they started to notice. They noticed his attention was divided. They noticed he was on the phone during meetings. They noticed he appeared preoccupied, rushing from one thing to the next, no space between. And something was slipping. Follow through, presence. The small, consistent moments where leadership actually lives. He had a feeling something wasn't right. He couldn't name it, he couldn't see it until the feedback came back. Structured feedback. And from the people he works with every day. And he saw it clearly, maybe for the first time. He didn't defend it, he didn't explain it away. He treated it like data, and he went looking for the gold. But he didn't stop there. He did something most leaders never do. He opened the door. He told his team, this is what I'm working on. And if you see me slipping, tell me. And then he waited to see if anybody would. Because saying it and meaning it, they're two separate things. And leaders who ask for feedback without creating safety, they get silence. Not long after, one of his colleagues followed up with him after a meeting. She told him he'd been distracted, that he wasn't fully present, that he hadn't really been there. That took courage, because telling a president he wasn't paying attention is not a small thing. And here's what he did. He didn't defend it, he didn't explain, he agreed, and then he thanked her. Right there, in that moment, something in the culture shifted. Let's press pause there. Because that moment, that small moment, is where the gap actually closed. Not when he got the 360, not when he made a plan, not when he started changing his calendar. Right there, when he made it safe for someone to tell him the truth and then thank them for it. That's the shift most leaders miss. Closing the leadership performance gap isn't about getting better feedback. It's about becoming the kind of leader people feel safe giving feedback to. That's a completely different skill. One is an event, the other is posture. One happens once a year, the other happens every day. And here's what I've seen again and again. When a leader models that posture, the team starts doing the same thing with each other. Feedback stops becoming a threat, and it becomes the way people actually work together. It becomes the culture. Same leader, same team, different conversations, different results. Here's what I've seen when leaders avoid this work. The gap doesn't close on its own, it widens. Trust slowly erodes, and people stop offering the truth. And the distance between who the leader thinks they are and how they're actually seen, that keeps growing. The cost isn't always visible, but it's always real. So let me ask you a few questions. Look inward. Where might your gap be between who you intend to be and how you actually show up? Look outward. If the people around you were given permission to tell you the truth, what do you think they would say? Look forward. What's one thing you can do this week to make it safer for someone to tell you the truth? Every leader has a gap between intention and impact. The ones who close it, they don't guess their way there. They make it safe for others to show it to them. And then they thank them when they do. Because people follow what they see, not what they're told. So the only question is, who's showing you yours? Press pause, seek the feedback, Close the gap. Be the change. If this was helpful, share it with a leader who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy.